Hey guys, we're back with another week of War of the Visions, and there's some pretty cool stuff in this update. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. My mind's kind of been all over the place, and I actually had to work one of these weekends, so I don't know. I guess I was making up for lost time. But we have a brand new unit this week, and she looks pretty cool. And I think I'm a little bit excited for her because she, and at the risk of sounding like standard, I know I kind of feel like people are gonna say she's the UR version of Etra, sort of, I guess. But it's really nice to see that we are actually getting some strike type units finally, along with Snow, who just recently released. She seems like she's actually a pretty cool unit. Compared to Snow, he seems to be pretty similar to him in some ways, but I think she has a higher potential for attack. And she does have some interesting things in her kit, so I think she's really looking pretty cool. So one thing is that this past week, a lot of cool stuff happened this week. I feel like this game has been doing pretty well and I've been enjoying it, although it's definitely been keeping me busy. But this past week, and actually I guess 2 weeks, has been the story with the Engelbert and everything. That was one of the best stories, like one of the best side stories they've had in recent time. And I just wanted to show this clip. If you haven't played the story, sorry if it's a little bit of a spoiler, but this clip was awesome when she just goes in and combos all these dudes and then ends up with a Shoryuken at the end. And so you can see that's actually the start of her limit break. She just uppercuts the enemy. That is hilarious. And then this other part in the story was pretty cool too, when Engelbert just, like, I love the way they do the animation in this. I thought they did a pretty good job with just the way it kind of just shows Engelbert being kind of like a badass, sort of just working together, sort of just showing why he's like, why Solidus is called Solidus. Like, they talked about the origin of the name there, and then this part was just like epic because I don't know, it just reminded me of a superhero movie or something. And then this guy gets bopped off the screen. It's hilarious. So just because of this, like, look at this, Engelbert just protecting her. That's pretty awesome. We learned some stuff about Frederica, and I think that was her brother. So that was, I think they did a pretty good job with that story, and I'm very excited just about, in general, just how this game is going, and like having this unit after, like, how often do we get a unit after having a cool story like that? That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I feel like we probably should have gotten her last week, because I'm scrolling through this and it's kind of weird. Actually, I think I saw the bingo board actually, and I'm kind of just like, wait, why is there like what is this card? What is this card here? I'm like, what the heck? So I guess it looks like they released the unit and the card at the same time. That's a little bit weird for me. That just feels weird. Granted, I guess you can do this. Actually, that's probably, that looks like a pretty good deal there, actually. And then one other thing I realized is that her shards aren't at the bottom like they usually are. So now I'm like double questioning myself if I missed out on shards that weren't, because I usually do my video summon and then I click like right here. So this isn't even, I don't know why they did this. I usually click like right there and do my kill summons, so I don't know why that's off like that. So it's a little bit weird. I don't know why they decided to do that, or if that's just kind of like a bug or something that they just didn't put in properly. So yeah, all that stuff is actually pretty exciting. On the JP side of things, it looks like we're getting 140 jumps, which the system looks kind of weird. Just going by Cabbage's video, and he explains it pretty well actually, but the system just looks kind of weird, and like having to like redo it every single time. I'm not really sure about that, but in terms of like unlocking the 140, I'm excited for that because I feel like this game does such a great job in terms of balance and making old units relevant again. like with the master ability 2s. I think we've gotten most of our master ability 2s so far, or all of them. I'm not really entirely sure on that. But the fact that there's going to be the 140 levels, I don't really see it as like, you know, people think of it as like PvP, like, oh, now we're going to have to upgrade all our units just to be able to compete in PvP. I don't really see it like that necessarily. I see it more of a like older units, or like not even like older units. We've seen like MRs get some pretty good improvements, and even like SRs and below. So I just see it as a way for those units to sort of catch up, and you know, not necessarily having to have like 100 cost URs. You can still use your favorite, like Adelard or something like that. You can use your favorite MR units, Dario, you know, people like that, and they're gonna have a little bit more of a chance to compete. So like that kind of thing makes me super happy to see. Okay, so I was looking through the shop, and I'm actually on my iPad today because my phone decided to glitch out on the shop, so I wasn't able to go into the shop. I don't know why. But I did see the shop from here from my iPad, and they do seem to have some. Let me get that really quickly, even though it's only 2 rainbows. They do seem to have some pretty good things here, so obviously this is free, so definitely go for that. There's a potion and 5 events tickets per day. Pretty good. Blossom of Paradise for Gil. That's definitely a purchase. I think it was this one. This actually seems pretty okay. It's a lot of Vizier, but you do get 19 Rainbow Spheres, so that's a decent value, I guess. The rest of the stuff, yeah, the Fragment of Thought and the Awakening Prisms is okay, and the rest of the stuff is kind of but that's kind of an okay value if you're willing to spend that much. Probably not for like beginner players or whatever. This is actually Reviz, so this is not too bad on that. And then some of this other stuff, I was kind of looking at it. I mean, if you really need that stuff and you're willing to spend, I guess. And same for this. But then I always go down here and get my burst packs and burst pot and armor pots. So I think those are great values for Gil. So I will definitely pick those up. Okay. All right, so I've kind of been avoiding it, so let me go back out to the thing here. There is a new collaboration out of nowhere. Oh, this takes me out to some website. All right, never mind. So let me just go to the card. So let's go to the bingo board, actually. So this is a pretty easy bingo board. I think it's designed if I even forgot her name. Addison Rae fans start playing this game, they can easily build up her card, and I'm assuming that if her unit ever comes out, that it's going to be easy to build. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if people who start playing now are going to retain until the actual unit comes out. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but maybe it'll be an easy build is kind of what I'm thinking. There's actually some good stuff here on the side too. I'm not a big fan of Addison Rae. He's had some controversial stuff about her, so I'm gonna hold off on my opinion because I'm not sure if I'm gonna have good things to say. But I guess if you like her, or if people, you know, it's not even about bringing those people into play. I think as long as they download the game, it's probably good for like visibility of the game. So why not? The card itself is actually nothing really too special. I mean, I guess it's technically not bad, but it's just like nothing really special. It just gives all elemental attack up, which I feel like we've had a few of those cards lately, and acquired AP up on the bestowed effect. I mean, there's a lot of cards that do that as the party ability, so I'd rather have that as the party ability. So yeah, I think there's been a few, maybe this one with the all acquire JP up. There's definitely been one recent one, oh, this one with all elemental attack up. So nothing really too crazy there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it in terms of updates and how I'm feeling about this game. Yeah, guys, so like for my raid, I didn't even really do all that well. I did manage to get like enough for a +5, but I didn't really play as much as I usually do. So I was somewhat busy and somewhat like my mind was all over the place, so I couldn't really concentrate on that. Yeah, I think other than the raid last week, there wasn't really anything crazy in terms of the event. I did notice one thing actually, so let's kind of look at the event. So I don't think I've ever really said it, but I usually really like these starter quests because in the past we've really only gotten the companion units, but this is something that you can kind of just do and just kind of see how the unit plays and all that stuff. So, and like you don't have to be distracted by another battle, or you don't have to like bring it into a battle that you probably wouldn't even need a companion. So I kind of always like these are pretty good. I think also they have these type of quests in FFBE, but I think they do them a little bit better in this game, so kudos to them for like adding this to the game. The equipment I haven't really looked at yet. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty good. Snow's weapon was kind of like not really part of the event. It was kind of like its own weapon, so I'm hoping this one is better. I think she's more attack oriented, or she has potential for more attack, so hopefully it's better for her. I'm gonna do the nightmare quest at some point. I just haven't looked at it yet. And then the one other thing I wanted to mention, I'm not really sure if anyone else noticed this because it was just so random. I was just kind of in here and I noticed the Silma quest, and this complete thing looks different for some reason. The Silma quest is back, the bingo board, and it's back as a permanent thing here. So for those who still need to do the Farplane archives, and it's somewhere in here. I think it's this one. So if you like, I don't even know where you get these keys, but if you have some of these keys, you can do it. If you're a newer player, that is. And then you can get Silma, I think, in the first. Silma ×1 in the first quest. So yeah, you guys can just complete, if you need to complete all the stuff, and then you can do her bingo board. So now her bingo board's unlimited, so I think really all you need to do is like some multi-quests and stuff like that. So I think you should be good on that. So kind of something I wanted to point out there. Okay guys, I think that's really all I have to say. I just kind of wanted to talk about a bunch of random things. But all in all, I think there's been some good changes to the game. I've also been playing another game, King of Fighters. It's a little bit messy right now because they just don't care about balance at all. So like whenever I see balance and QOL in this game, like compared to that game, like I feel like this game is doing a lot to respect our time. So I think I'm really enjoying that about the game as well. It still feels like there's a lot of stuff to do, but I'm really liking the fact that I can. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention about the raid is I really like the fact that you can raid and still do the background repeat. That is like amazing. Like that makes it so much better. Like in terms of like multitasking, it makes it like so much better. Like I don't even have words to describe it. It's just like so good. So I'm pretty happy in the way that they did the background repeat. I was hoping to make another video on that. I literally have my notes written out here. But yeah, let me just shut up for now. I'm talking way too much. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Addison Rae, what a random collaboration. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.